In this last Inside Star Citizen, we got more info on the hair, the hairstyles and other hair features in the game. The new hairstyles were added last year, but the goal is to expand them even further. The visuals, cosmetics and everything involving character customization is good for the player freedom and one of the more common parts of an MMO. All of this will of course be part of Squadron 42 alongside Star Citizen, so it's not just limited to one part of the game. The customization of your character, from the hair, blemishes, beards and face blending, is all pretty nice, but no game needs to have hundreds of different hairstyles. Not until it is fully finished and those are added as additions. It is obvious that these would be fine, they would be very acceptable additions if the game is fully finished. Players would expect to get more expanded out customizations, but we have not reached that point yet, nor does that seem to be anywhere near finished. Everything they have made or have been making is of course continuation of the character customizer, which was definitely out of date and needed to be upgraded, needed to be improved in some way or another. It is also likely that the upcoming hair features have actually been worked on for quite a while and they are just reaching the perfect status for release. Because supposedly there are another 30 new hairstyles coming this year with the different monthly patches. But now let's get to the real topic regarding the hairstyles. When was the last time you were not wearing a helmet? I don't mean to take a sip of water or eat a burrito, or even waking up in medbed because you lost your gear. But rather, when was the last time anyone was actually able to see their hair or the beard? I bet that was rather long ago, perhaps only in the character customizer, as no one really uses clothes because there is no purpose to have them on your character. It is very likely that we will be going out into space or planet with no air, and so we will be needing a jumpsuit and a helmet. Very likely even wearing armor and a helmet which covers up the full face, so we can't even see the face unless we are wearing some of this jumpsuit basic helmet. So I bet the last time you checked yourself out was rather long time ago. What is the real point of having so many different hairstyles? I understand the customizational freedom, but it seems unlikely that the pink ponytail your character might have will ever get noticed and ever seen by anyone. Perhaps even barely remembered by the player who created this combination of different hairstyles, colors and all the blemishes mixtures of a character. All of this being said, there are also other parts in the game world where hair designs can actually be very useful, and we can perhaps even observe it right now. There are armors or helmets which have certain parts of it covered with hair or have a certain feature which distinctively can be seen with hair. While we also have creatures, and I think it is the most valid point, putting together some hairy animal. One thing they got pretty well is how the hair looks, how it reacts in the movement. With the features they have made for creating hair in Star Citizen, all of it is gonna look somewhat similar. But if we will be dealing with animals, it also needs to be somewhat separate. Because we can expect most of the character players, most of the humans, to have similar hair growth, similar hair lines, similar hair styles. But the hair on an animal might be thicker, perhaps longer, perhaps it should react all the way differently, perhaps they should be clumps of hair pushed together because it's an animal, it's living in some mud or something. There are other elements which could come to play here. And I think that is actually where most of the focus should now go. Not on the player character hair, but rather on the creatures we might encounter. Perhaps skin carpets or wool carpets made of skin, perhaps trophies and more. So it is clear there are several places where hair designs are required, but they are clearly trying to provide too many different hairstyles, which serve a very minimal role in this type of game. I don't ever expect for them to utilize this on ships. But then again, a hunting ship covered in leathers. That might actually look cool. It just seems they are spending a bit too many resources on features which we won't ever really get to enjoy. Or perhaps they will make these special armors where showing our hair, showing our head might actually be worth it, like wearing the armor has certain benefits for us to use it and actually have it. Because we know of the special armors, we know of the mixing and matching which is coming, but will it ever be really utilized outside of specific areas? Because in most of the areas, most of the places in this game, there is no reason for you to have no helmet. And that is why I think it isn't that important. But perhaps things will change and maybe there will be some nice helmet which actually shows off our hair or allows certain features to be observed while you are actually armored. Anyway, I don't really expect it, but don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.